I thought I'll share a little bit of wisdom with some of my friends. A few years ago, when I started doing WordPress development and mostly WordPress designs, I came across, all the software that just before COVID time, a few years before that, and then especially through the time, when companies go through a hard time, they then started to promote like lifetime licenses. So you'd buy some of the website builder or some of the plugin for functionality, but called the apps or whatever. But then it just takes a couple of years to realize when they sell you a lifetime license, what they actually mean is for the lifetime of that product. So they might call it Excalibur version 1. You think, oh goodness, then you realize, wait, lifetime means for the lifetime of the product, not your lifetime, the lifetime of the product. So how do they get out of that when their business model runs depleted and they go, oh, sure, now we only could sell so many, now we need more money for development. Then they just call it Excalibur Extended. Now you're stuffed because now your license is for Excalibur version X, whichever versions comes out, and then they make it defunct after version 6 or whatever. And then think, okay, well, we're going to call it Extended. And then, of course, they pop on cloud storage and they pop on all kinds of other things. Then, there we go, defunct product. So it seems like a good deal at the time, and I would still suggest that that you would buy your plugins, but be sure to buy as little as possible. And in the ecosystem of WordPress, literally bigger is better, because they can give you the support, and their lifetime licenses will definitely last much longer than some of the small development company. And the next thing you know, you get like 100 websites running, and you get licenses for 3 or 4 plugins per website. Especially into the WooCommerce ecosystem, things got expensive pretty quickly. Anyway, so it's a bit of a trap. So I thought I'll just warn my friends as it starts off. I think if you are building a site just for yourself, you're probably going to be nowadays. Now, a couple of years ago, I would not give you this advice, but right now, you're probably better off, even in South Africa, with a dollar and a rand, with a rand that is really not strong. You're probably better off just going into Squarespace or into Shopify, if it's a selling platform that you like to do. You're probably going to be better off. Even if you think, oh, well, it's 1,000 rands a month. Man, let me tell you, when you do development on a site and maintenance, mainly, actually I'm talking about maintenance now, plugins gets updates on a weekly basis, sometimes faster, especially when the main platform starts moving. Say it's WooCommerce, they start moving, or whatever is on a controlling site. Let's say you have a membership plugin in there, and that starts moving, or you have a community plugin, then whatever plugs into that, they'll have to keep up with it. So if you're on WordPress and you're on, say, Elementor, or you're on Divi or Beaver Builder or something Architect, and then it's all different, Oxygen, all of those different builders. The moment when it starts to when the core of that changes, like right now, a lot of builders are moving from shortcodes. Already the better ones have moved onto like a React platform. Way of building it. They're trying to do away with the shortcuts. It means you're going to have to go back to all those websites you've built. And now I know they say, look, it will be a smooth transition. It's never a smooth transition. Never. So if you are out there just trying to do it, and by all means you can do that, but you have to ask yourself, why are you hiring a web developer or a web designer? Let's say a designer at best. It is because of the time. It takes a long time just to do a couple of changes. Try it yourself, then make sure that, and in any case, I would suggest that, even if you do hire somebody, make sure that's a platform that you can hand over to anybody else. It's no good if you're trying to develop on a platform that only a few people know about. It will limit your choices. If there's not somebody available in your local town that can help you, you've got a problem, because sometimes, you would like to just get to the person as well, or you'd like to have that person come out to you, just take a quick photo or do something like that, So I would really suggest that that you rethink that, and do not moan about them charging you 500 rands or 1,000 rands a month to look after your website, because that is what it costs you. That is why you pay that towards Squarespace or Shopify. And the reason being, those guys, and Wix, and those guys, they have huge pools of developers and financial resources. I think Squarespace on a yearly basis spend hundreds of millions of dollars that they've spent every year just to keep on developing their platform. So what you're getting a turnkey solution. That's what it's called. So you just get the key, there we go, you turn the key, and you can continue working. So just understand that when you think you're going to save money, go to the local guy. Yes, you have the flexibility by all means, and you can get in there. So that is the advantage of doing that. But it's not something, it's like your car. Your car's not going to run every year without problems. You have to take it in for service. It's exactly the same with software. It doesn't just run by itself, because it constantly runs into compatibility issues. All right. So that's all I want to say today. And great day for everybody. Bye.